Most people over 70 believe this one thing without question. If Medicare pays for a medical test, it must be good for you. It sounds logical, it sounds safe, and it sounds responsible. But what if I told you that some of the tests fully covered by Medicare are quietly harming millions of American seniors every year? Not because doctors are evil, not because the system is broken on purpose, but because these tests were never designed with aging bodies in mind. In fact, many seniors walk into clinics feeling perfectly fine and walk out labeled as sick, stressed, medicated, and sometimes worse off than before. If you are over 70 or caring for someone who is, what you're about to hear could protect your independence, your peace of mind, and your quality of life. So stay with me, because this is information most doctors never explain clearly. In the United States, preventive medicine is deeply ingrained in our culture. We're taught from a young age that early detection saves lives, and in many cases that's true. But what rarely gets discussed is that early detection can also create problems that never needed to exist. This is especially true after age 70, when the body changes, healing slows down, and the risks of treatment often outweigh the benefits of finding every possible abnormality. Medicare follows national guidelines, but those guidelines are built for populations, not individuals, and certainly not for every senior's unique situation. That's how well-meaning checkups turn into over-testing, over-treatment, and unnecessary suffering. Let's start with one of the most common Medicare-covered tests for seniors: routine cancer screenings done automatically year after year. This includes tests like PSA blood tests for prostate cancer, certain colorectal screenings, and repeated breast cancer imaging in older women. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Many cancers detected after 70 are slow-growing. They may never cause pain, symptoms, or shorten life. But once detected, they often trigger aggressive treatments: surgery, radiation, hormone therapy, chemotherapy. These treatments are not gentle, especially for aging bodies. In American seniors, complications like infections, incontinence, chronic fatigue, and loss of mobility are common. For example, prostate cancer detected by a PSA test often grows so slowly that a man in his late 70s is far more likely to die with it than from it. Yet thousands of men undergo treatments that permanently affect bladder control and sexual function for a cancer that would never have harmed them. Medicare pays for the test, yes, but it also pays for the complications that follow, and no one tells seniors that saying no may actually protect their quality of life. Next is routine bone density testing, followed by automatic osteoporosis medication. Bone scans are heavily promoted in the U.S., especially for women over 65. Medicare covers them, and many seniors assume a low score means immediate danger. But bone density is only one piece of the fracture puzzle. Many seniors with low bone density never break a bone, while others with normal scans do. What truly causes fractures in older adults is falling, balance, leg strength, vision, medications that cause dizziness, and home hazards matter far more than scan numbers. Yet many Americans are placed on strong bone drugs that can cause jawbone damage, digestive issues, muscle pain, and unusual fractures over time. These medications stay in the body for years. For seniors, especially those over 75, improving strength, balance, protein intake, vitamin D, and fall prevention often does far more than medicating a scan result. Medicare pays for the test, yes, but it does not protect you from the long-term side effects if no one explains the full picture. Another Medicare-covered test that causes trouble for many seniors is routine heart stress testing and cardiac imaging in people with no symptoms. In the U.S., heart disease is feared, and understandably so, but fear drives over-testing. Seniors who feel fine are sent for treadmill tests, nuclear scans, or CT imaging just to be safe. Aging hearts naturally show changes on scans, even when they function well. These tests frequently produce false alarms. Once that happens, seniors are pushed toward invasive procedures like angiograms or stents. These procedures carry serious risks for older adults, including bleeding, kidney injury from contrast dye, and complications from anesthesia. Many seniors go in feeling healthy and come out weaker, sorer, and frightened. Medicare pays for the test, yes, but it does not guarantee that finding something will actually improve how long or how well you live. In many cases, managing blood pressure, staying active, and monitoring symptoms is safer than chasing silent findings on scans. Blood sugar testing and aggressive diabetes screening is another area where Medicare coverage doesn't always equal benefit. As Americans age, blood sugar naturally rises. This doesn't automatically mean disease. Mild elevations without symptoms often don't require aggressive treatment. The danger begins when seniors are pushed towards strict blood sugar targets designed for younger adults. Many diabetes medications increase the risk of dangerously low blood sugar, which is especially risky after 70. Low blood sugar can cause confusion, falls, fainting, and emergency hospital visits. In the U.S., falls are one of the leading causes of injury and loss of independence in seniors. A test that leads to overtreatment can quietly increase that risk. For many older adults, slightly higher blood sugar is safer than aggressive medication that creates dangerous lows. Medicare pays for frequent testing, but it doesn't protect you from the harm of overtreatment. Full-body imaging and frequent scans are another hidden problem. Whole-body CT scans, repeated ultrasounds, and annual scans sound thorough, but they are often unnecessary. Aging bodies are full of harmless findings. Cysts, nodules, calcifications, and degenerative changes appear in almost every senior. Once found, these trigger follow-up tests, biopsies, and specialist visits. Each step adds anxiety, radiation exposure, and risk. Many American seniors end up living under a cloud of watching something that would never have caused harm. This constant medical surveillance steals peace of mind. Medicare covers many imaging tests, but more images do not mean better health. Another Medicare-covered practice that deserves scrutiny after 70 is frequent cholesterol testing, followed by aggressive medication escalation. Cholesterol guidelines in the U.S. are complex, and seniors are often placed on high-dose statins without discussion. While statins help many people, in older adults they can cause muscle pain, weakness, fatigue, and cognitive complaints. Muscle weakness increases fall risk. Fatigue reduces activity. For seniors without prior heart attacks or strokes, the benefit of pushing cholesterol very low is often small, while side effects are common. Testing should guide thoughtful discussion, not automatic dose increases. There is also the emotional cost of constant testing that rarely gets discussed in American medicine. Every test carries the possibility of an abnormal result. Waiting for results creates anxiety. Labels like pre-cancer, borderline, or early disease change how people see themselves. Chronic medical stress raises blood pressure, disrupts sleep, weakens immunity, and reduces joy. For seniors, emotional well-being is not optional. It directly affects physical health, memory, and longevity. A life spent worrying about test results is not a healthy life. So what should seniors in the U.S. focus on instead? After 70, the most important health indicators are functional. Can you walk confidently? Can you get up from a chair easily? Is your balance steady? Are you socially connected? Do you sleep well? Are your medications reviewed regularly to avoid interactions? Medicare does cover some of these things, like annual wellness visits, but they are often rushed. Seniors should use these visits to ask better questions, not just accept more tests. Ask how a test will change your care. Ask what happens if you don't do it. Ask whether treatment would actually improve how you feel or function. The smartest senior healthcare in America is individualized care. Some 80-year-olds hike mountains, others manage multiple conditions. There is no single rule. The danger lies in automatic testing without conversation. Medicare coverage should be a starting point, not a command. Let's be clear. This is not about rejecting medicine or distrusting doctors. It's about understanding that after 70, the goal of healthcare changes. The goal becomes preserving independence, preventing harm, and protecting quality of life. Tests that don't clearly support those goals deserve thoughtful discussion. To sum this up simply, many Medicare-covered tests after 70 sound protective, but can quietly lead to overdiagnosis, overtreatment, anxiety, and loss of independence.
Smarter senior healthcare means fewer automatic tests, better conversations, and a stronger focus on how you actually live day to day. If this information helped you see senior health differently, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and tell me in the comments what U.S. senior health topic you want covered next, because the right information at the right time can truly change lives.